And then we were exposed to this equipment, and I said, Ian, you really need to talk to the doctor that created this, because he too was trained in allergy elimination from Nampujabad 30 years ago. You guys probably sat in the same class.
Yes, that's
talked to Dr. Straley.
Yes.
And then what happened?
Well, we had a conversation about the fact that he was trained the same way I was, and that he had done that for several years, I think 4 years, and using the vials, which is very powerful. And I've gotten great results with it over the years. And there's times where I still go back to the vials, depending on what's going on for the person. But he is a gentleman who has put together a device called the IMAET, which stands for Immune Modulation Allergy Elimination Technique System. And it's a stress reduction device. And it's a computerized device that is really a biofeedback machine. It is a radionic frequency device that picks up your frequency, gives us information about what frequencies you're pushing through your system, okay, that are affecting your system. And then we have an ability to choose how we want to reintroduce those frequencies to that person's body. So they're not holding vials anymore. What's wonderful is you can hook them up with harnesses on the device, or they can actually be done virtually. And I've helped folks de-stress with this device from as far away as New Zealand and Canada and Ohio and North Carolina and all over the place.
And that was another point of rigidity, that for years, you know, we have clients that fly to come see us, and then they want to follow up therapies, and they want to do long distance therapies. And Ian has always been like, you can't shoot through the long distance. I mean, come on, I need a body. I need to tap on their back. I need to do this thing, whatever. I need to put light on their body. Enter the IMAET, and a couple situations happened in the first month that we had it. He wasn't willing to bring it into the office till we really tested it out. And we had a couple of practitioner friends that reached out to us to treat a couple of their clients. And then we had a couple of practitioner friends that wanted us to treat them and tell a couple.
And had absolutely stunning and amazing results that I really didn't expect. And my goal, quite honestly, when I got the device, was to prove that it did not work. And so I did spend about 6 weeks with friends and practitioners who were volunteering for me to mess them up on this thing and find out if it really worked. And the results we had were quite amazing. Unfortunately, I even have a wonderful video of a young woman who had an allergic reaction. And within about 2 hours, it was completely gone. And we were 6 hours away from her at that time. So over that period of time, I was convinced that this thing actually works.
Oh, that was Dr. Avery's front desk person.
No, that was Dr. Pascal's friend.
Oh, that
person.
Person.
Big
yeah.
Response.
Right.
So the bottom line is that, of course, and I've always known this and believed this, that time and distance really is not a factor when it comes to energetics and frequencies and vibrations. And the way this works is kind of like a radio station.
Yeah.
So it's the easiest way to understand it. Everyone tunes their radio to certain stations to listen to music they like, or sports radio or whatever. So, you know, here in Harleysville, it's 97.5. I get to listen to my sports guys. That radio station is in Philadelphia. So it may be 50, 60 miles away. As long as I'm tuned to the right station, that radio station has the power to send a frequency through the air, hits my antenna, and I listen to what they're talking about. If I tune it just a little bit wrong, I don't get that information. Well, this device basically works in the same way. It's a receiver and a transmitter that sends information to the nervous system and allows that body to de-stress depending on whatever stressors show up on a scan. So it's changed my practice quite dramatically in a couple of ways. One, I'm able to do many more frequencies for a person than just one every 24 hours, which was kind of like the standard we were using to get the body to understand it. But this is so strong that I think—
and precise.
Yeah,
is the word I would use.
And it never, the frequencies never lessen. You know, there's issues with putting food in a jar at some point, right? Even if you cut vegetables in half, everybody knows when you start cutting the vegetable in half, it starts to degrade, right? So the frequency also starts to lessen. So what's wonderful about the computer device is that those frequencies are in there. They never deteriorate. And so that's wonderful. The other great thing is that I don't have to be exposed
Mhm.
to hundreds of vials throughout the week that were really starting to affect my food allergies, quite honestly. And it's something that we were warned about back in 1992, 91, 92, that would happen if we didn't have practitioners constantly treating us. So it's been a real godsend as far as helping clients amazingly dramatically, and also getting me away from the vials a little bit.